we've spent several sessions. We're on the doctrine of salvation, and predictably it will have over 30 sessions. And that's a rough prediction. I have a list of things I would like to teach in this, and not the best way, but nonetheless to do it that way. Remember the word we talked about earlier. The word is tupos. Does anyone remember that word? It's been a while. Yeah, we get our English word type from it, and this is where the biblical study of typology comes from. This letter here transliterates either by a U or a Y. The same word as in shuke, but it becomes psyche, which word we're familiar with. It transliterates either way, but this transliterates into English with a Y. So that actually would be pronounced this way, typos, but it's tupos, and this should be tup, really. But that's just the way we do it. And this word means an exact impress or an exact model, exact mold or pattern. All of those would transliterate. And this word is used numerous times in the New Testament for Old Testament silhouettes. And the New Testament substance, the shadow is in the Old Testament, substance in the New Testament, and this is exact, just like it says. So if you see the type, you can fit the substance into the type. And we've been looking at some of the Old Testament types of salvation. We're going to look at another biggie tonight. Turn to the book of Numbers, chapter 21. And then holding your place there, this will be very familiar, but is it as familiar as we think? It's like most passages. When we start bleeding them, they show things that we didn't realize were there. You start examining them carefully. In John chapter 3, to show you how big this is, John puts it in context from the lips of Jesus, immediately adjacent to John 3:16. We're going to look at Numbers 21, verses 4 through 9, and then John 3, 14 through 16. And we could cover a whole lot more territory than that in John, just to get the cradle where the baby is laid. But Numbers chapter 21, verses 4 through 9, I repeat, it's a familiar story, but it's probably bigger than we realize. It says, and they journeyed, I'm reading from the King James Bible, they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against God and against Moses. Now please note, the authoring the Holy Spirit, the one who inspires this, note the order in which he states that. Spoke against God and against Moses. Wherefore have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? That sounds like something they would say to Moses. But the Holy Spirit sees that, and perhaps they did address it to God. But the Holy Spirit sees that as a protest ultimately against God and his providence and leadership. And here's the reason: for there's no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loathes this light bread, the manna. That's another type of Christ. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people. Now, I want to ask you to note again the word Lord.